There's a man by the name of Charles Allen Dyer. He's from Marlow, Oklahoma. And he's worried, he's heard on television and radio that the government's going to come for your guns, okay? And that you better make sure you protect the Constitution of the country, and that you be ready for revolt when that, if they threaten the Constitution, as they are every day. There's a panic coming, right? And so he stands for morality, he stands for the Constitution. And in fact, when the Department of Homeland Security said, hey, we should be careful of right-wing groups with a lot of weapons, he went on the internet and blasted them, and he's calls himself a Tea Party leader, and he's with the Tea Party guys, right? And he says, yeah, no, that's outrageous. Well, let's find out what happened to this lovely guy. First of all, of course, he was caught with heavy weaponry. Sheriff deputies found several firearms, a Colt M203 with him, and you know, I'm not a gun guy, so however that's said. And then get a load of this. Yet another Cenk Uygur prediction turned accurate. A 40-millimeter grenade launcher. Remember what I said? I said, look, they keep saying, I can have any kind of weapon I like. I can have a semi-automatic, I can have a fully automatic, I can have a machine gun. You know what? I can also have a grenade launcher. So, of course, he's got a grenade launcher. Now, you're saying, wait a minute, why did the government come in and seize his guns? Maybe Glenn Beck was right after all, right? Yeah, that's because he's accused of raping a 7-year-old girl. Height of morality. These guys are protecting the country, right? All right, so now look, I don't want you to make overly broad generalizations here. He doesn't represent the whole Tea Party movement. You can't have any movement that doesn't have whack jobs in it, okay? And so they're not responsible for him, and even Glenn Beck's certainly not responsible for him. He might have encouraged him to get guns, but he certainly didn't encourage him to go raping 7-year-old girls, okay? That's got nothing to do with anything in that regard, okay? But when the Glenn Becks of the world say, oh, it's the left that are violent, it's the left wing we have to be concerned about, it's the left wing that's going to cause some sort of violence in America, that is nuts, man. That's obviously not true. It's the right wing that's amassing all the weaponry, including grenade launchers, and doing crazy stuff with it. Okay, and by the way, here's some of the things that this guy said online, Charles Allen Dyer. With DHS, Department of Homeland Security, blatantly calling patriots, veterans, and constitutionalists a threat, all that I have to say is that you're damn right we're a threat. We're a threat to anyone that endangers our rights and the Constitution of this republic. I'm sure the DHS will call it a terrorist training camp, referring to some militia camp he was setting up. Well, then why were you criticizing DHS earlier, saying you're a threat, when you admit you're a threat? But that doesn't make any kind of sense, right? And all under the guise of, he's protecting the Constitution. Please, okay? If you think that wasn't clear enough, in another video he says, I'm going to use my training and become one of those domestic terrorists that you're so afraid of from the DHS reports. Well, apparently we were right to be concerned, right? And he says, patriots, we are not overpowered. If we, united under one banner and fight for our children's liberty and the Constitution, our resolve is invincible to any standing army. I mean, this guy's talking about taking on the U.S. Army, and he had the nerve. If the allegations are true about what he did to that girl, he has the nerve to talk about children's liberties. It's not the left that's dangerous. Look at the evidence. Look at the facts. The guy who shot the cops in Pittsburgh, right-winger. Guy who shot the cops in Florida, right-winger. The guy that was amassing the bombs in Maine, right-winger. The guy who shot the abortion doctor, right-winger. And the guy who shot people at the Holocaust Museum, right-winger. This guy, right-winger. They're the ones with the weapons, and now the grenade launchers. They're the ones you have to be concerned about.